Loki. Intrigued? Yes. Entertained? No. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And today we're going to talk about Loki. All right, it's the end of the week. Loki premiered a couple of days ago, but it seems like there's been a million videos of people talking about how they felt about it. I swear, you guys must have nothing else to do but just jump on these things as soon as they come out. I work many hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me if it takes me 2 days, okay, to talk about it. But talk about it, I will. All right, and that's no knock on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But listen, like I was saying, all right, I got a chance to watch it the other day, and Loki. Let's see, where can I start with this? All right, I'll start off by saying that first of all, I'm going to give Marvel their respects. I'm going to give them credit for this at least. Each of their shows, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki, are very different shows. So it's not like they're just doing the same things over and over again. I know Marvel gets criticized for that Marvel humor thing, but that's probably just about where it all begins and ends. All right, yes, they all have that tendency to be a little bit too loose with the humor. I appreciate humor, you know what I'm saying? I like it. I do like comic relief and all that good stuff, but sometimes you can go a little bit too far with that shit. And yeah, Marvel can be guilty of that. But like I said, I will give these shows credit in that they are distinct and individual shows. Like with WandaVision, it felt very much like a continuation of Endgame. It's like a little, side story of these characters and what happened afterwards. With Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it very much felt like it belonged in that Captain America Civil War universe, you know what I mean? Or Winter Soldier universe. This is, it concerns those characters. So it kind of added on to that story, all right? With Loki, yeah, it does feel like it's a continuation of what happened with Avengers Endgame. We all saw him pick up the Tesseract and disappear, thus bringing about the question, what happened to Loki? Now, this series is going to answer that, and it picks up right where that story was leading. You see, as a matter of fact, it clips into Avengers Endgame, where you see him pick up the Tesseract, he disappears. You see where he reappears out in the desert, where he stands up and does this little posturing thing, arrogant for the natives who were there, and ends up getting his butt whipped by Big Mama, Medea, whatever she is. It kind of took me out of the story. Look, no hatred. It's just that it's a time travel kind of situation. They've mastered the art of time travel. How does a portly woman show up talking about hands up? You know what I mean? You think she would have gone back in time and stopped herself from picking up the double cheeseburger at some point, but no. So so she does hit him and take him down a peg or two, which is what this story here is way too preoccupied with. Putting Loki in his place, putting the white male in its place. Yes, I'm going to call it out because it is what it is. All right. And we see this over and over and over again. Like I said, if it was one revolutionary director, screenwriter's vision, I would say, hey, that's different. But everybody's doing it, right? So it's like, hey, there it is again. You know what I mean? Let's just keep on stomping out the white guy because he's the safe one. All right, you can't show people stomping out a woman. You can't show them stomping out a non-white person or a black person or whatever because they don't want to be seen as being racist, even though we know that's not what racist is. You know what I'm saying? It's just storytelling at this point. Like a black guy can't get beat. Well, fucking shit. You can see it on the evening news. Black guys getting beat all the time. It's not the same, though. That's what I'm saying. It's not racist, all right? So, but that's what they do, all right? So it's safe to do that. So they put it in there like it's funny, and let's just keep doing that. Let's just keep running that into the ground. So yes, Loki gets slapped. He gets beat up. He gets stunned. He gets undressed. You know what I mean? All that good stuff, all right? So you see that going on, and okay, that's very entertaining. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so basically what's happening here is the TVA, that's the Time Variance, what is it, Association or Authority, they're on the trail of Loki because apparently when he picked up the Tesseract and escaped from the clutches or the custody of the Avengers, he wasn't supposed to do that. Like, any of what we've seen was actually supposed to happen. I guess what Thanos did was supposed to happen. You know what I mean? And the Avengers going back in time and manipulating shit and all that and causing a multiverse. All of that was supposed to happen also, where they wouldn't be arrested or apprehended by these TVA maniacs. But Loki, he can't do that. Loki is specifically supposed to do what he does. He's not even supposed to redeem himself. You know, he's supposed to be who he is so that the Avengers can continue to look good. So that's basically, I guess, what this show is concerned with. You know, it's concerned with, I guess, the exploration of Loki as a beta, pretty much, because Loki is like, I don't want to be bad. I don't want to do this. I don't enjoy doing this, but he has to. He has no choice in the matter. So him doing what he did was a big no-no. You know, he's supposed to do exactly what he was supposed to do. In the mix, you have Owen Wilson, who comes in, and Owen has his own thing going on, but he's intrigued by Loki because apparently there's an evil Loki running around fucking shit up. You know what I mean? So here comes Owen Wilson, and, you know, Owen Wilson plays a nice enough chap. You know what I like about Owen Wilson? His fucked up nose. And I love the fact that he has not fixed his fucked up nose, because it shows, to me, it shows personal character that he's done that, because you know that he has more than enough money to straighten out his nose or whatever, but he does what he does, and I like that. It's his signature. It works for him. You know, kind of like Michael Strahan with the you know, the gap in the tooth and all that. It's him. You know, and when he comes on screen, he's welcome. So he's got an easy delivery. He's doing what he got to do. But yes, he's working on and with Loki to try to, I guess, figure out what's going on with the evil version of Loki, who's supposed to be Loki himself. Loki is supposed to be the god of mischief. There wasn't much mischief going on in this episode, and that's what I'm talking about. The episode was not entertaining for me because, and it was talky, and I don't just object to a bunch of talk, but it was talk about shit that I wasn't interested in. Like, I'm not a big fan of time travel manipulation type movies. You know what I'm saying? It's too much, and every property treats it differently. That's what made Back to the Future so special, because we were invested. You know, it was engaging, it worked. You know, but with all this extra stuff, like, for example, right, and I know this is nitpicky, but there's a scene where Loki tries to break and run, right? I think he does that a couple of times, where he tries to run away, and they keep bringing him back through time to where he started. You know, he tries to run, they hit something, he comes back. He tries to run, he comes back. He tries to run, he comes back. But the problem that I have with that, okay, and a thinking mind is going to think about stuff like that, and I am quite intelligent if I do say so myself. I said to myself, wait a minute. If they're bringing him back through time, why does he have knowledge that they're bringing him back through time, to the point where he's seen as being frustrated and tired because he just keeps on running and coming back? If he was truly being brought back through time, he'd have no memory of the fact that he tried to break and run. Him breaking and running is an instinct that he shall always have. So what actually would have been kind of humorous to me is if they had put on the bottom of the screen a subtitle that said 2 weeks later, and he's still trying to break and run. And then Big Mama woman, she says, wait, listen. We've been doing this for 2 weeks, okay? Trust me. Maybe she can show him on a monitor or something like that. This is not going to work, so just stop, all right? So now he's like, okay, all right. So now he's not going to do it anymore. But his instinct, unless it's just a transporter, all right? But I don't think that was made clear. You guys tell me if it was made clear whether it was a transporter or not. If it's time, then he would have no memory of it. That's all I'm saying. And this is the reason why I don't like time travel shit, because a lot of times they break their own rules, all right? So, I think that would mess up their own time continuum, actually, you know, to have him remembering stuff like that. But anyway, so the story goes on, and like I said, Loki has to come to grips with the fact that he has to be who he is in order for things to be the way that they're supposed to be. The Avengers are supposed to triumph. I guess, like I said, Thanos was supposed to do what he did. Loki, unfortunately, has to walk the path of his destiny. And his destiny is to be the villain, to be the guy that he is, Somehow his mother's death depends on him doing what he did. He doesn't like, he loves his mother, and there is a touching scene where you see him mourning, you know, the death of his mother, mourning the loss of his relationship with his father and his brother Thor. And like I said, Tom Hiddleston, you know, he's great as Loki. You know, I will never take away from that. You know, he's spot on. I wouldn't see anybody else in that role, you know, but him, while he's able to do it. So that's good, you know. So it does give him that moment of character, and it's hard to say where this is going, because I do believe that Marvel, like I said, they're into playing the long game. So it's not a movie, it's a TV series. So you can't really effectively judge the whole thing by what you saw in this episode, because clearly they're going somewhere. So we just have to sit tight if you choose to. You might have just been completely turned off by the episode. Like I said, I didn't find too much entertainment in this episode. It moved a little bit too slow. They were way too interested with smacking Loki down than actually building the character and showing what he's made of and what he can do. But I am intrigued to see where they're going with this shit. So I will continue to check it out. So this first episode, like I said, it was okay. All right, this is not a Loki celebration video. It's not a Loki hateration video. It's just my observation of what I saw. All right, so now I'm interested in hearing about what you saw and what you thought. And to do that, by all means, get into the comment section and let me know how you feel about that. As always, you can like, you can share, and you can subscribe. Please do feel free. And thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.